Gail, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Pino?
Doing fantastic. Thanks for chatting with me.
And thank you for having me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. We're today we're going to talk about winning your next interview and how to gain confidence in an interview because both you and I chatted before we got online. We're talking about we see so many people, they're great they're great at their job, but they lack that confidence. So today we'll talk to our audience today about gaining that confidence and steps, things that they can do to gain that confidence before and during the interview. But before we do that, let's give our audience an introduction and tell us, Gail, who you are and what you do.
Sure. Hi, I'm Gail Di Fabio. I'm the founder of Elevate Interview Coach. I have 20 years experience of HR recruitment and coaching. And I've worked at places like Manpower, Magna, Mercedes-Benz, and Moya Financial Credit Union. I'm currently working at Solid General Contractors. It's a construction company, and there's 9 companies in total. So I've taken on this hobby of mine, and it's called Elevate Interview Coach, and it's something I'm truly passionate about. And I've been helping individuals build their confidence and find employment.
Awesome. Perfect. My name is Pino Dessa. I run and operate a company called The Staffing Alternative. We specialize in the temporary, permanent, and executive placement of HR professionals. So, if you're watching this right now and you are an HR professional and you're ready for a new opportunity, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love an opportunity to support you with your job search. On the other side of that, if you are watching this as well too, and you're a hiring manager and you're looking to add to your team and you need that needle in the haystack, please feel free to connect with me. I've been placing HR professionals in Toronto for more than 20 years, so I'm very well connected in that space. And you can find me on LinkedIn. So that's my elevator pitch. Okay, Gail, let's dive into it. Gail,
Excellent.
we've talked before we jumped online. We talked so many people are great at their job. They lack that confidence, right?
Correct.
They go to the interview, they drop the ball, nerves kick in, anxiety takes the best of them, and they drop the ball. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that happens?
Because we have a lot of noise in our head. There's a
Hmm.
lot of things. There's fear. There's anxiety.
Hmm.
And your most authentic self is not really present in that room.
Okay.
It's your fear that's taking over. So,
Okay.
what I do in my practice is I help people with their mindset. So, that includes things like your energy, the frequency you're in, how to settle your mind, how to control yourself, how to answer. Your first response should always be a nice deep breath, allowing yourself to relax.
Okay.
And just be present and know that the other person on the other side is human, just like you,
Yeah.
and they're just trying to get to know you.
Awesome. I think that, like you said, there's a lot of noise in our head and we put this pressure on ourselves, right? And as a
Correct.
result, we're not our authentic selves, we're not our true self when we're in that interview, right? So, but you talk about slowing it down and just staying calm and being in the moment, right? How do you reinforce it? Like again, there's all these things going on. How do you talked about yoga? I know you talk a lot about that and such and being in that positive mindset. Talk to me about that.
Sure. So, what I do with a lot of my clients is I find that they're suffering from some sort of anxiety or trauma that they've dealt with in the past.
Yep.
So, I take them through a meditation. It's quick. It's not a long process. And we go back to the past to a time where they felt that where they were hurt, where they felt alone. Um, and I help them heal or transition from that stage. And we look at our future self, our most abundant self. And I have them envision what they look like, what they talk like, who they surround themselves with, and
Yep.
where they live, and what job they have. And once you put that in your subconscious, eventually, if you're determined enough, and I teach people how to be strong and move forward and using practical skills, setting goals, personal, professional, financial goals. You have your 3 buckets. You need to write down, have an agenda, um, strive towards that every day. You have to be persistent.
Hmm. Yeah.
So if you learn how to do this on a daily basis, your goals and your dreams will come true.
Mm. So you talk about writing down your goals.
Mhm.
Do you think that's, I mean, I know from past experience, those who write down their goals are more likely to hit their targets,
Correct. If you don't have
right?
any goals,
Yeah.
what are you
What
doing?
what
You're
are you
just
doing?
floating.
You're just floating around. So you have to have a goal. You have to work towards something, right? And that's why with Christmas like less, a month away, everyone's gonna wait till January to write down their goals. Why wait till January to write down your goals? Start them now, right?
Start
Write it
today.
down. You start today, right? What is it that you want? I want that next job. In this case, we're talking about, finding your next job. Write down that job. What's the job? What does that look like? What do you want? What do you want to earn? And is it realistic? Are your goals realistic as well too? Right?
Right.
Right. So those are all things that one can do. But I agree with you. Like writing the goals is critical. I think it's important. But I want to talk. I want to remain on this topic about being confident, Gail. Because again, for me, I can speak. I've seen so many candidates, great candidates, but they just lose that confidence in the interview and they drop the ball.
Right. They're lacking preparation. And that's where
Yeah.
I help
Okay.
individuals. You need to be creative. You need to invest time. You have to research the company, learn
Yeah.
what they're all about, their mission, their vision, and when responding in your with your responses, you need to incorporate that so that
Yeah.
they know that you'll be a good fit for the organization.
100%. So, you touched upon a great point, like being prepared. I think when you're prepared in anything, in any aspect of your life, you're more likely to succeed. So I'm so glad you brought that up. Like being prepared before you get to the interview, like understand where you're going, who you're meeting with, understand the role, right? And that'll help with that confidence, right? Once you understand these things, once you're prepared, that confidence goes up.
Correct.
Would you agree?
Correct. Definitely. And
Yeah.
if you have any fear or an anxiety,
Yeah.
turn it around, switch it around, make it excitement.
Well, how do you turn that around? Tell us if there's fear and anxiety, how do you turn that around? What
It's
methods
an
would you recommend?
energy shift.
Okay.
It's an energy shift.
Yeah.
Instead of walking into an interview fearing who you're going to be with and meet with, think of it as a challenge. Think of it
Yeah.
as something exciting. Pretend, envision that you already have the job and ask them questions.
Yeah.
Switch it around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I I totally agree with that. I totally agree. I tell candidates when I'm working with candidates, I say you have to go into the jobs into the interview that you've got nothing to lose. You want to be prepared, you want to be confident, you want to be organized, but you have to go in the mindset, listen, if I don't get this job, that's okay too, right? You
Right.
go
It's
in,
a learning experience.
yes, just be confident, be real, be authentic, be yourself, and give it your best. If you don't get the job, that's okay. You've built your network. Right now you've
Exactly.
met someone new and who knows, 12 months down the road, 24 months down the road, those your paths will cross again and say, hey, you know what, we interviewed for this position. We'd like to interview you for another role we had in mind. So, so I think people just should go into an interview with that mindset. Just you've got nothing to lose, but not discounting being prepared and being confident, right?
Right. And you
So
just touched a good point. It's also about surrounding yourself with the right people.
yes, 100%.
So network as much as you can. Go to
Yeah,
places where you want, if there's someone you admire,
yeah,
um, look and see who they're interacting with, what they're doing,
yeah,
try and imitate that,
yeah.
um, and surround yourself with the right people.
100%. 100%. It's who we surround ourselves with and who we associate with, right? It's going to
Right.
determine where
Because,
we go in our lives, right?
right, confidence is very contagious.
Yes, yes. What's the saying? You want to fly with the eagles, and like you want to put yourself in a good situation, right? In a good right. Surround yourself with good people, right?
Right.
And you
And
talk.
and the wrong energy will drain you. So be
Hmm.
very, very careful who you hang out with.
Yes. Now sometimes people appear, so you have to be very careful. Sometimes they may come across as they appear as good people, but over time they show their true colors. So be mindful of that as well too. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So Gail, if anyone is well, people are going to watch this and they need help trying to find their next opportunity. How do they find you? How do they connect with you?
Sure. So if you are having trouble finding employment or you're not getting the leads, if you're struggling with confidence, definitely reach out to a coach. And if you'd like to reach out to me, I can be reached at elevateinterviewcoach.com.
Yep.
I'm on LinkedIn and
Yep.
I'm on Instagram as well.
Awesome. We have coaches, we have fitness coaches, we have financial coaches, we have teachers and mentors. Why not have a coach to help us finding your next opportunity, right? Because finding a job is not as easy as clicking send and applying to a job online. It's much more. You're going to increase your chances when you have a coach, right?
Right. It's
So
it's unbelievable. I don't understand why people are not investing in themselves.
yeah,
This is one of the most important things you need. You need a job. If you want anything else,
yeah.
you
You
need
need, to-
employment.
you need employment. You got to pay your bills, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But you don't need any employment. You need the right employment. You need to find the right job, and Gail will help you with that. But Gail, before we jumped online, you shared a great story. Can you share that quickly? That story with us from that gentleman that you worked with, and now he's working in Poland. Can you help us just walk me
Yes,
through
of
quickly
course.
that story?
I'm so proud of him. One of my clients actually approached me. He's an aerospace engineer,
Yeah,
and his resume was incredible, extremely brilliant, but he was lacking in confidence. He just wanted to ensure he was going to go into the interview and be successful. And we just met the one time, and I'm happy to announce that he did land the job. So he was here based in Toronto, but he was applying for a position in Poland, um, and he got the job. So
amazing,
I think he'll be moving there this month.
amazing. So
Hmm.
you helped him find a new job. That's amazing, Gail.
Hmm.
And I'm sure there's
Some
many,
other
many others.
clients, some other clients that I had a mother reach out to me, and she gifted her daughter three sessions with myself. So two of them we did online,
Yeah,
and one I met with her in person. And she was struggling. She was looking for a job for over a year
yeah,
and couldn't land anything. And
yeah,
after the third session, I'm happy to announce that she got not one but two job interviews, and
yeah.
she was able to choose the one that she wanted. So both
Amazing.
um, both her and her mother are extremely happy, and we're still friends today.
Awesome. Awesome. So, and Gail, I'm sure there's thousands of other stories you can share with us. But if anyone, or for those watching this right now and they want to connect with Gail, it's is it elevate.com? Is that your website?
ElevateInterviewCoach.com.
.com. They can find you there. And then also on LinkedIn, it's Gail DiFabio. And then you have an Instagram page as well too.
Correct.
And what's the name of
Correct.
that?
It's all under Elevate Interview Coach.
Awesome. Awesome. So again, if you're struggling with your job search, reach out to Gail. Gail, thank you so much for your time. You've been great.
Thank you, Pino. So nice reconnecting with you. Oh my goodness, it's been over 20 years.
Yeah, we go way back from our days at Manpower.
We do.
Yeah.
That's
Time
amazing.
flies. Time flies.
It does. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. And we'll be in touch.
Definitely.
All right. Thanks,
Bye
Gail.
bye now.
Bye.